Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2019 Tesla Model 3 Performance, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2019 Tesla Model 3 is a compact electric sedan currently available in three trims: Standard Plus, Long Range All-Wheel Drive, and Performance. All versions of the 2019 Tesla Model 3 come standard with 18-inch wheels, automatic LED headlights, and high beams, keyless entry, dual-zone automatic climate control, an auto-dimming rearview mirror, and 60/40 split folding rear seat. One of the Model 3's biggest selling points is its range, and I think most buyers should strongly consider the long-range battery version. It boosts range by 50 miles, which will undoubtedly help as you hop from Supercharger to Supercharger on long road trips. As a bonus, selecting the larger battery pack increases power output significantly, making the Tesla's instant acceleration feel even more impressive. Okay, let's jump into this build and price review of the 2019 Tesla Model 3. We are going to build and price a Performance, though it comes in three trim levels: the Standard Plus, the Long Range All-Wheel Drive, and the Performance. Here's the deal. Normally my intros are a lot longer than this, but because Tesla does things different than every other manufacturer on the planet, they don't update their vehicles by model year. They just kind of update them whenever they want to. So there was a lot of information that I wanted to say, but because they kind of change things mid-year whenever they want to, I kind of refrain from that. But here's a funny thing down here. Did you catch this? It says that you can return your Tesla for a full refund within 7 days or 1,000 miles, whichever comes first. Now, they're showing here the 310-mile range, all-wheel drive dual motor, 0 to 60 in 3.2. That's obviously the specs of the Performance motor and the long-range all-wheel drive. Well, actually, that was the Performance specs, or that was the specs of the Performance motor. That's the one we're going to build in price. It's got the long-range battery. It does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. Not that it really matters. It's got a range of 310 miles. But here's the deal with range, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Tesla or any other electric car. That range, it all depends, right? What if you're running the AC on a really hot day? Is your range going to still be 310 miles? Probably not. You're going to be using up more electricity. What if you're driving in a really hilly area on a very hot day with the AC running? Are you going to get 310 miles of range? I doubt it. So, it's probably best with these electric cars to probably try to grab the longest range you possibly can, because you're probably never going to see the actual number anyway. At any rate, moving on. It says that this car has a dual motor all-wheel drive. So there's a motor that drives the front wheels and a motor that drives the back wheels. There's seating for 5. It gets 20-inch wheels, and these are just the highlights. We can expand the list. It weighs just over 4,000 pounds. It's got a cargo capacity of 15 cubic feet. It's got a 15-inch center touchscreen, which is probably the coolest thing about a Tesla, is their infotainment is just gigantic. What's not cool is that they don't offer Apple CarPlay. They don't offer Android Auto, or any of that kind of stuff. Supercharging says you got to pay per use for a supercharge to charge your vehicle up. The warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles, and the warranty on the battery itself is 8 years or 120,000 miles. So if we expand the list on the premium, because remember, we're looking at the premium specs here, and why? Because, well, we're going to build in price a premium, so we don't need to dig deep into the other two trim levels. Up here at the top left, it says that it's got partial premium interior. So I guess you can go this way, or you can go a premium interior. I guess you have maybe two options, perhaps, it kind of seems like. And so if you go, we'd probably go with the premium interior. That's going to give you the 12-way power adjustable front seats, heated front seats. You got the premium audio, 14 speakers, a subwoofer. So you can see where there's a few upgrades at satellite view maps with live traffic, in-car internet streaming, internet browser, LED fog lights, tinted glass, auto-dimming power folding heated side mirrors, music and media over Bluetooth, and 4 USB ports and all that there. These Tesla Model 3s are pretty popular. I must see 2 or 3 of these on the road all the time. It must be because they are, well, I think the cheapest Tesla that you can get. We'll check the price in a little bit. So it's worth noting that now I've moved on to the standard here. It says the standard plus, it weighs about 400 pounds less than the performance. That's because of the battery. It does it 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, and it's got a range of 240 miles. This long-range all-wheel drive, it weighs the same as a performance, and it just doesn't go as fast as a performance in 0 to 60. And it has a different set of wheels, 18 or 19-inch wheels. The Standard Plus also gets 18 or 19-inch wheels, whereas the Performance gets 20-inch wheels. So apparently the 2019 Tesla Model 3 has a 5-star overall safety rating. They say that the metal structure is a combination of aluminum and steel for maximum strength in every area. It's got a roof crush test. In a roof crush test, they say the Model 3 resisted 4 times its own mass, even with an all-glass roof. That's the same weight as 2 full-grown African elephants. So pretty strong. The structure is strong. I guess we can say that for sure. Here they're going to give us a little bit more information on the safety, right? That rigid structure, and we already know about that. It's a mix of aluminum and steel. Here they're talking about impact protection. So they have impact absorbing rails and crumple zones and center pillar reinforcements, right? As far as pillars are concerned, you might sometimes hear the terms A pillar, B pillar, C pillar on a car. Maybe you know what that is, maybe you don't. Here's a good time to say it. This is an A pillar right here. This is a B pillar right here between the front and rear doors. And then that back here, that's the C pillar that runs along here. They say that that this Tesla Model 3 also has a low center of gravity. That's definitely going to help with a lower rollover risk. That's going to help with performance driving. That's going to help with handling. A lower center of gravity is always appealing in a vehicle. Well, maybe not a truck. Okay, so, of course, they got to talk about the performance. We know that the performance model does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. The long-range all-wheel drive does it in 4.4 seconds, and the base model does 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Top speed, it's irrelevant, really. Nobody's ever going to see 162 miles an hour, but yeah, it does do 162 miles an hour. You can get it with all-wheel drive. Let's learn more. Let's click this little tab and see what they tell us. So, yeah, 20-inch wheels. The 20-inch wheels are actually very, very nice. They come with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires and a lowered suspension. That's certainly the performance. And then it also gets this carbon fiber rear spoiler. And this can improve stability at speeds up to 155 miles an hour. Well, I guess the vehicle does 162. So what does that mean? After 155 miles an hour, you're on your own? The spoiler no longer works, and good luck? I mean, what are they saying? That's kind of funny. And that they're saying that it stops working below the maximum speed limit. That's kind of funny. And there's performance pedals, right? There's a couple of aluminum pedals they threw down at the bottom of this dual electric motor performance. So, yeah, carbon fiber spoiler, aluminum pedals, and 20-inch wheels. That would all give you what it takes to have, I guess, a performance electric car. Okay, well, we kind of talked about the all-wheel drive, so here they're going to tell us a little bit more about this all-wheel drive dual motor. That's the way they do it. They put a motor on the front axle and a motor on the back axle. So you got one motor driving the front wheels, one motor driving the back wheels. That's what they say. 2 independent motors, digitally controlled torque to the front and rear wheels. It says 10 milliseconds. Dual motors respond to changing conditions in as little as 10 milliseconds. Unparalleled traction and control in all weather conditions. It says you can drive on either motor, so you never need to worry about getting stuck on the road. If one motor stops working, you can safely continue to your destination with the second. So yeah, maybe it might be a good idea to have the 4-wheel drive just in case one motor goes down. You can still get to where you're going. Because there's no dealership to pull in with a Tesla. There's no Tesla dealership. I think they come to you to service the car. So it's not like you can get it towed to the dealership. You're going to have to tow this bad boy home. Okay, let's go over the range again. A little bit more detail now. 310 miles of range. We know that's the top tier engines give you the top 2 specs give you that range. I guess if you go to a supercharge location, that you can recharge 180 miles worth of the battery in 15 minutes. At a supercharge location, there's 14,000 supercharge locations. They're kind of giving you an idea of how much, how far you can go. Here's a map of California. They've got It looks like Berkeley to Lake Tahoe, they say, is 178 miles, and you can get there, but it's nowhere close to 310. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no way you're going to get anywhere near 310 miles of true range. What is the true range of these EVs? And I'm not just picking on Tesla. That's across the board for everybody. Okay, so they got this little map. I've done a couple other Teslas. I'll go ahead and put a link up to my Tesla playlist, but I've seen this before in other Teslas. So they're showing you how many miles. Look, they didn't push it too far. They did Manhattan to Boston. It's 211 miles. Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, 195 miles. Austin to Dallas, 195 miles. Berkeley to Lake Tahoe, 178 miles. Here's the deal. You notice the theme? They're sticking right around 200 miles. They're sticking right around 200 miles, so that should probably tell you, probably don't try to push it too much further than about 211 miles, because you're never going to see a 310 mile of true range. Not if you're using the radio and the AC and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just won't. Here's a map of all their 14,000 plus superchargers, but with supercharge stations. But when you look at it on the map, it looks kind of thin. It looks a little thin. You better be in California, because they've got a whole bunch of them down there. If you're in the middle of the country, well, you know what? You're going to be out of luck, brother. You're just going to be out of luck. All right? Here's something cool about the Teslas. The Teslas have a lot of autonomous technology, right? Look at this. It says autopilot, the future of driving. Autopilot advanced safety and convenience features are designed to assist you with the most burdensome parts of driving. I don't think driving is a burden, but I guess some folks do. So what do we got here? There's the 12 ultrasonic sensors. This detects nearby cars, prevents potential collisions, and assists in parking. Up here, you've got the forward-facing radar provides a long-range view of distant objects, actually 160 meters of long-range view. And then up here we have a 360-degree rear, side, and forward-facing cameras, which can provide maximum visibility. All right, so let's hit this Learn More tab and see what they want to tell us about the future of driving. Okay, let's check out some autopilot features. So here are 4. I guess maybe these are the 4, or maybe the only 4. I don't know. Navigate on autopilot. You can active guidance from highway on-ramp to off-ramp. So that's navigate on autopilot. Then you have summon. This is kind of cool, but BMW offers this too. Automatically retrieve your car. BMW offers this with like the 7 Series. Let's go back to that. I wasn't ready. With the 7 Series and their remote key fob, maybe even with the 5 Series too. Maybe. But I know they do it on the 7 Series. And I have done a build and price of that one. Auto park. This is cool. Parallel and perpendicular parking with a single touch. Some folks need it. I can park. Others can't. You might need it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Lastly, there's auto lane change. Automatically change lanes while driving on the highway. So I think that the autopilot technology of the Teslas is pretty cool. Very cool, actually. Here's something else that's really cool about the Tesla Model 3s. You know, back in the day, I used to hate on these cars, but the last one I did, I think maybe the Model X, but like I said, I put the link up to my playlist. I think maybe it was the Model X, and I started going, hey, these are kind of cool. This is cool too. Full self-driving hardware. Every Model 3, it doesn't matter what trim level configuration you get, comes standard with advanced hardware capable of providing autopilot features. So you could always upgrade your car. That's what I'm saying. That's cool. Through software updates designed to improve functionality over time. So these cars just keep getting smarter and smarter, and you can keep updating yours, and that's very cool. You don't have to buy a new one. You could just update your software. I like that part about this car. That's cool. They don't try to nickel and dime you into getting another car. And then they got this last little thing here showing this guy just sitting in the Tesla while this thing is full on driving everywhere in the city. He's just sitting in the car along for the ride. This is actually pretty cool. I would want a different model Tesla, but this is pretty cool. It says all Tesla vehicles have the hardware needed in the future for full self-driving in almost all circumstances at a safety level we believe will be at least twice as good as the average human driver. That's pretty hot. Look at that beautiful screen. Look at that beautiful screen, buddy. 15-inch touchscreen display. It's awesome. Over-the-air software updates via Wi-Fi. Expansive glass roof with UV protection. Very cool. It says the inside of the Model 3 is unlike any other car. You could use your smartphone as a key and access all driver controls in the central 15-inch touchscreen. The all-glass roof extends from the front to the back. You know what? These things are super cool. The funny thing is sometimes I struggle. I love cars so much, but the irony is sometimes I love them so much that I don't even know which one I want. And maybe I don't want one with a gas engine at all. Maybe I want one with an electric engine. Look how beautiful this is. Like I said, I still would want the sedan. But the Model 3 is nice. They all have the same basic overall concept to them. You understand what I'm saying? This is really, really nice. So it says this has got the premium center console. It's got a charging station for 2 smartphones there. You've got the very comfortable back seat, they say, with maximum leg room, beautiful views. Yeah, all very, very nice. Okay, well, you know what? We learned everything we need to learn. That was everything they had on the page. Let's put it that way. So, what are we going to do here? The performance starts price. Well, let's go over all the prices. Here's why we see so many of these running around, right? They start off at $32,000. That's actually dang good, okay? I was going to use some other words. That's really good. $32,000 and change. The thing's got all this performance. It's got all this autonomous technology that you can upgrade to later. Blah, 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 blah. And hey, if I got the base model, I would just throw the 20-inch wheels off the performance on it and call it a day, son. All right, so that one's $32,000 for the standard range plus. The long range is $41,815. It does 145 miles an hour. This one does what? 140 miles an hour. Performance does 162 miles an hour, right? And we see the range. We understand. So $49,815 for the performance. It's a dual motor, all-wheel drive. The only downside of the standard range plus is that it has a rear-wheel drive and it only has the partial premium leather interior, partial premium interior. All right, let's move on. We've got our configuration selected. Now let's look at colors. Well, we only have one set of wheels to choose from, and the wheels are awesome, so that's fine. There's this pearl white, and it's an included color. Solid black, you better pay $750 for it. Midnight silver, you better pay $1,000 for that. Deep blue metallic is $1,000, and red is $2,000. Boy, if you want to act like you got money, you better get a red one then. We're doing a red one. Nah, we're not going to do a red one. We're going to do a black one. We're going to do a solid black with those 20-inch performance wheels. The interior, what does the light look like? Black and white interior is actually not bad, but we're not going to do it. We'll do the wood interior, or we'll do the black interior because it has that wood, and I think it looks good. So it's got a premium connectivity, which is some 1-year subscription deal. And that gives you the internet browser, more frequent over-the-air updates via cellular, in-car internet streaming music and media, satellite maps with live traffic visualization. All right, and moving on. So autopilot features here. Do we want this? Oh, autopilot included. That enables your car to steer, accelerate, and brake automatically. And then there's the full self-driving capability. That's navigate on autopilot, auto lanes change, auto park, summon your car. We already looked through all that. And then coming later this year, recognize and respond to traffic lights. What? Dude, I'm going to have to get one of these. These are awesome. Actually, this is getting better and better. But like I said, I got to get the big sedan, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to select that as an option. Yeah, and this includes full self-driving computer. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's $6,000. Home energy uses. Contact me about solar. Request a home charging quote. Well, you know I got to get one at home. So yeah, I'd want to do both of these. I'd be interested in all of that, right? You have to put your name in. You have to put down $2,500 today if you on your credit card, if you want to get one of these bad boys. They said they'll deliver these in as little as 2 weeks. It's pretty cool. So that's the cash price is $62,740. The lease price is, well, $703 a month, blah, 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 blah. And I don't even get into this stuff. It's just because it's an electric car and I'm just actually going into it. All right, so, yeah, that's the Tesla Model 3. And you know what? I'm really becoming a Tesla fan, right? I don't really like the guy, but I like the cars. The cars are all right. The cars are okay. The cars are okay. I don't like that they don't have a dealership to go into and all that to get your car serviced. But the cars have a lot of really cool technology. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. This is the 2019 Tesla Model 3 Performance. It's pretty cool. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. If you've watched the whole video, you're awesome. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to tell you to have a nice day. And guess what? I'll see you on the very next video. Thanks for watching.